guys, today I want to talk to you about Dark Souls 3 and what you should do if you're a new player to the game. So first of all, if you're a new player to the game, playing on a keyboard or a controller, it doesn't really matter. First of all, what you want to do is open up this menu here. You want to go to equipment, and then what you want to do is go down here and make sure you have flasks in your belt. So this is your quick select belt, right? So you want to make sure that's in there. So that part is for your down arrow on your controller. So if you were to click down, you click down like that and it moves the bottom part there. Okay, and up is that one, and left is your left hand weapon, and right is your right hand weapon. Okay, so if you want to change your club to something else, you just click right hand, go bare hand if you want, or say if you had another club here, let's put on a sword. So now when we click right, we'll change to the sword and then back to the club. Like that. So this is going to be a tutorial on Dark Souls. If you're a beginner, you probably won't have any of these weapons because you'll be at the starting area with the first boss. And if you're having trouble killing him, I'd recommend going to the fire, like choosing the fire guy straight away. So you'll be able to throw fireballs at him from the get-go. And that can help you out a lot. But anyway, so down arrow is your flask. I don't know what it is on keyboard. To drink or to use this bottom part here, what you got to do is click X or square if you have a PlayStation controller to use it. So if you want to like put down soapstones real quick, you can do that. Yeah, so that's your hot select thing down there. So if you want to eat something really fast, like say you're getting poisoned, obviously you want to have that on your hot select bar. There's another thing I want to show you guys as well. We're going to go to the area that we need to go to show you. So if you're new to the game, there's lots of things that can kill you in this game. If you're old to the game, then I don't know why you're watching this, but if you want to try and learn some new stuff, then that's fine too. Forgot where it is. I think, yeah, so we'll go to the chapel, the Cathedral of the Deep. Go here, and I want to show you guys, you're going to want a torch when you're here. But this isn't the only place in the game where you're going to want a torch. So a torch is really handy. So I put the torch in my left hand, and I'm using the left arrow button to go across to select the torch. So left trigger is your left hand, right trigger is your right hand, and if you press triangle or Y, your dual wield, and if you hold down triangle or Y, you will grab your left-handed weapon with both hands. So let's go and show you guys what I am talking about here. Oh, hang on. Kill this guy. So we'll take off our fire. So these guys should, yeah, so these guys, they spit out little leeches. I was trying to spit little leeches on you. Now it's really hard to show you is how, like, okay, so look, I got leeches all over me, and they will slowly put up my blood damage. When that bar gets to full, it will take a huge chunk of my health out. So this is where the torch comes in handy. So if I pull out the torch, it gets rid of the leeches, which is awesome. So that's why you'd want a torch. Also, you want a torch in dark areas too, I guess, if you are looking around in some dark places. There are a few dark places. Not as many dark places in this as there is in Dark Souls 2, but yeah. What else can we show you guys? So these are your rings here. To put them on, just go down to this spot. When you press start, you go start, equipment, go down to here, choose your rings that you want to put on. So I've got stamina for stamina ring that increases your, so when I run around, see the green bar going down up the top, the green bar go down, and then as soon as I stop with the stamina ring on, it makes a huge difference on how fast that bar recovers. If I take it off, watch the bar, so I'll make it go down. So this bar also includes your blocking. So if you do blocking, well, it's going up really quick at the moment because we're not in combat, but when you're in combat, that can usually take a little while to go back up. So if you're blocking, that bar will go down every time you take a hit, and if it gets down to nothing and you're trying to stop an enemy's attack, you're gonna be like, the dude's gonna not be able to react. He's just gonna go backwards, and the enemy's gonna have a free hit on you, and it will most likely kill you. So just to let you guys know that one. The blue bar is our magic attack, so like our fireballs and stuff. So when that gets down, you will have to drink the blue ashen potion by either clicking square or you want to select it on there. You either press square or X. Square on PlayStation and X on a Xbox controller. And what else? We got our armor. You want to make sure your armor is not over the percentage. So you see the weight ratio up the top right. I think it can get to 80%, 70%, 80%. Let's make it overweight now. Look, so we'll go to 79. I'm pretty sure 79 is like the limit. Look at our roll. We're doing a fat roll. We're just hitting the ground like a ton of bricks. Now, let me make it completely fat. So we're at 89%, 98%, and then once we get to 100%, I think we can't walk around anymore. Yeah, so now we can't run. The dude only walks, and now he doesn't roll because he's too fat. Armor doesn't really do too much of a difference in this game, so having the strongest armor won't necessarily make you tanky, but having the strongest armor usually has, and you'll see your resistances on the right, so in the middle underneath the helm it has durability and then resistances. The higher your resistances to like bleed, poison and stuff, the bigger your bar will be to them. So at the moment I don't really need any of this, so it's better to be, I think it's under 75%, so yeah, we can roll around now. The lower you are, the better your rolls are going to be in the percentage. The easier it will be for you guys to dodge. So if you're attacking and the enemy's about to hit you, you just roll away. Or you can block, but I don't recommend blocking in this game. So, okay, so that's that. And then the next thing I want to talk to you is about, well, if you want to set up your bow and arrow, let's get our bow on. I don't have a bow I can use properly. That's fine, let's put on this, right? longbow. So we put it in our left hand. So hold down triangle or Y on your Xbox or PlayStation controller to put it on, or you can put it on your right hand and just select it. So once you're dual handling it, or you can just hold down the trigger of whatever hand you've got it in, you can shoot your arrows like that. Or you can, and this is a really handy feature to do, locking on. So shit, he's gonna, damn. Okay. Yeah, so if you use your left trigger, and I probably won't be able to show you, so I'll go up here. So if you push in your left trigger, which is L3, oh no, your right trigger, sorry. Yeah, R3. So your right trigger, you push in your right trigger, you'll automatically lock on. It's not as good as see, I don't really have the stats to be shooting arrows, so 4 arrows is usually dex. If you want to do lots of damage, pretty sure you put up your dexterity. I'm morely for strength and fire, so I can yeah, so if you don't have enough intelligence or faith, you won't be able to do your magic things. And then you've got to make sure you've got the right weapon out to use magic. This is a holy skill, so you're gonna need to put on one of these charm things to use the holy things. So I can use all of them because I have enough stats to use all of them. And Rapport is a really nice skill to have if you're going for faith, and it's faith and intelligence that you're gonna want to use this Rapport. Though I can do a whole story on how to get Rapport. Rapport makes it so when you have an enemy in front of you, you can change them to your side temporarily, and they will attack other enemies for you, which is really handy. And the other enemy will attack that enemy, so then you don't have to fight. Although it uses a lot of your mana, it uses a lot of your blue bar. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, you can put in throwing knives and other things down here in your item spot. So if you want to use throwing knives, obviously you go to your knife and then you click the same square button or X on Xbox to use that as you would the pots. I don't like to have too many things down here, because sometimes when you're fighting you might accidentally hit the down arrow and you're like, oh crap, I need health, and then it's like you go through like 20 items just to get back to your health pot, and you might die while doing that in a boss fight or something like that. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is, if you wanted to play multiplayer with someone, this is the Ember. So every Dark Souls has a humanity thing. So in Dark Souls 1 and 2 it's called humanity. Actually, I don't know if it's called humanity in Dark Souls 2, but it's called humanity in Dark Souls 1 and 3, 1 and 2. Ember is what it's called in number 3, and then in Elden Ring it's called something else. So if you're not embered, if you don't have fire over your character, you won't be able to summon people to your world. So embering up gives you more health, but it doesn't only give you more health, it allows people to invade your world too. So use your embers wisely. They're not something you can get anywhere. You can help people fight bosses to get more embers, and by using the soapstone. So if your friend puts down a soapstone, one of these, so that's just soapstone, and you got to pick it. then you tell your friend to touch. So put that on the ground. Your friend comes over, goes A or X, clicks that, and they can summon to. Then you'll be summoned to their world, right? But they need to be embered so they can summon you. If they're not embered, well, they won't see the sign. If they've already beaten the boss in their world, well, they're not going to see that either. So before you beat the boss, make sure you clear out all the rooms with your friend if you need help to fight everything. And the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is just something really simple. Your weapons. So every weapon has stats on it, and you'll see down the bottom where it says attribute requirement. So this hammer needs 12 strength to use. Some things need strength and dex. So the hand is dex, the book is intelligence, and the star is faith. Okay, so anyone wondering what they are? Now, the additional effects is pretty cool. So this hammer, after I hit an enemy so many times, will cause a bleed effect. Some weapons will cause frost effects, and other ones can cause poison effects. So this one causes frost effect after so many hits. It's up to you on what one you want to do. If you don't want to use any of the special ones, which most weapons don't have anyway, you can just go like straight out strength or something like this. So to use this weapon you need 50 strength and 10 dex. So most people will have 10 dex straight away. If you're more of a sword person, you want to get your dex up. If you're more of a bow person, you want to get your dex up. If you want to use fist like this, I recommend dex and strength. If you want to use like magic, I'd recommend faith or intelligence. You can have a good mixture of all of them as well. Like this character is like a mixture of all of them. He's not super strong, he's not super magical, but he does alright. So if you want to do a big hammer like this one that requires 45 strength, this is it was one of the best weapons in the game. I don't know if they've patched it now, but when it gets to plus 10, you basically can one-hit almost any enemy that you see, which is pretty cool. We're going to talk about covenants. So your covenants are pretty cool. There's quite a few that you meet along the way. I don't think I've got them all on here, but Warrior of Sunlight, when you put Warrior of Sunlight allows people to see your soapstone on the ground as a golden color to say that, hey, you're here to help your friends. This one, the Way of the Blue, yeah, so if you have this on your character and someone invades your world, like a dark spirit, another player technically, anyone that's wearing this one will help you, basically. They will get summoned to your world as a blue spirit to help you fight off the red spirit, which is pretty nice. So if you are embered all the time and you want the red spirits to stay away from you, wear the blue on. The red spirits won't necessarily stay away from you, but if the red people are in your world, wear the blue will summon these guys. So if you want to help other people as well, you can put on blue sentinels, this one here with the shield in it, the sword in it, and you'll be summoned to people that are wearing the Way of the Blue, which is nice. So like if you want to help out other people, just wear this everywhere you go, and there's a good chance you'll be summoned somewhere eventually, because people are always invading other people's worlds. Okay, the way of the dark moon. So basically this one's a mix of both of these two. So the way of the blue and the blue sentinels, the blade of the dark moon basically does both of them at once. So you will have more chance of someone helping you with blade of the dark moon, although this is the later in the game sort of item that you can get. It's not straight away. The mound makers is usually pretty early in the game. You can get this one. This one is basically my mad spirit. So if you're a if you put down a soapstone to join someone else's world, and you have this on, it'll be a purple soapstone. So if I put down a soapstone with that eclipsed, it'll be purple. Basically, if someone summons me while it's purple, that's purple, I will be summoned as a mad spirit to the world. I could be put anywhere. I can choose to help that person, or I can choose to kill that person. I could choose to help or kill that person, so that's pretty cool. Now, pledge oneself to the watchdogs of Farron Covenant. So this one, there's an area in the swamp. There's a poison swamp that you can go to. I'm just going to call it the poison swamp. Everyone's going to know what it is if they've been there or if they're going to get there eventually. So this basically will summon you to kill whoever goes into that swamp, basically. So you'll be summoned as a red spirit to fight people that have entered that swamp area. And the next one is the holy symbol of the Cathedral of the Deep. Cathedral of the Deep is where we're at right now. If you have that thing on, like when you come into the cathedral, you'll probably find a lot of red spirits attacking you, especially if you're embered. Like, if you're not embered, you won't have red spirits, unless it's an AI. AIs will attack you. But yeah, if you are running around this cathedral, there's a good chance you'll have an invader come and invade your world because of that. Because of this one. If you want to leave a message on the ground, however, you can leave a message on the ground. So you go to this, you click start, and you go across to this. You choose what you can say, whatever ahead, enemy ahead, monster ahead. You can say, I think it has dog in here ahead, or turtle ahead, or something dumb. Or you can go finger butthole. Is like the main messages people leave everywhere. If someone rates, so these messages are on the ground here. If you rate this message good or bad, doesn't matter which one you rate it, that person, if they're playing the game, will go from, like, if they're on an inch of health left, so say you're fighting a boss and someone all of a sudden rates your message, which is rare, but it does happen. You could be on like 1 health and you have no flask left, for example. Your health will go back up to full and you'll be able to continue your fight, which is awesome. So leaving messages on the ground, it can be very, very useful, especially if they're helpful messages and not messages that are telling people to run off a cliff. But if you want to get it rated by making people run off cliffs, you're more than welcome to make people rate your messages. So either a poor or a good rating will give you full health, so that's pretty funny. I think so. We've covered a lot of things. So equipment load we've done. Poise. So if you have heaps of poise, when an enemy hits you and you have, so poise is like how much armor you have. So if we went with Katarina helm, this guy, and this thing, right? We may as well make our character overweight again. Yeah, let's go there. So, look, our poise should be, go to our person, our status. Our poise is now 42. So when your poise is all the way up, what happens is when you get a hit by an enemy attacks you and you get hit, you'll be able to tank it, basically. Like, instead of getting like knocked over to the ground, you should be able to withstand the attack. And that's like the best thing about wearing heavy armor. Oh, we're still too heavy. Okay. So having poise is a good thing as well. So you can get poise rings as well that can help you withstand people. So if you get hit by a big dragon or something, sometimes if you have enough poise, you won't get knocked down at all, which is awesome. Your item discovery also is basically like luck. So if you move your luck all the way up to as high as you can, almost every person will drop you an item, which is pretty cool. Although most of the time the item is going to be either a shield or a sword or a piece of armor. Not usually items such as like flasks or anything like that. So you know, you could get some fading souls off of some enemies and stuff like that, which will add to your soul count to buy items and things like that. So yeah, your souls down the bottom right hand corner, they are to buy our items from the shopkeepers and things like that. Alright guys, I think that about does it for the Dark Souls 3 sort of tutorial and wrap up here. I'm going to wrap it up. If you guys enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, and if you didn't, give us a thumbs down. Tell me what I can improve on, and I will make another video if I have to. Alright guys, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Hello guys, it's BuddyMate here. If you have any questions, leave us a comment. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you hated it, give us a thumbs down. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.